So you are thinking of buying your next or forever home and you're wondering, do I go new construction or do I go a resale? Basically, a resale is an existing home. Well, today I'll be giving you the pros and cons of each option so you can make a better decision. Hi, my name is Amma. I'm a real estate sales advisor here at Luxe Residential Group, brokered by Fathom Realty, and I serve the Atlanta metro area. Today, I'm giving you the pros and cons of all things new construction versus resale. Let's get into it. Now, one of the exciting pros of new construction is, of course, you get everything new. Everything from the ground up is new and in functioning order. You can go to sleep knowing that you have a new house. Of course, that's not to say that things cannot break or bad things cannot pop up, but for the most part, it's all new everything and it's exciting, and we cannot overlook that biggest pro of new construction. Another pro of new construction is also the fact that you get to be a part of the process. You know how your house came to be. You don't have any underlying questions that are left unanswered. You knew what the lot looked like before it was built, and you know everything. You saw the house come to life. That's exciting, and you do not get that, unfortunately, with a resale. Another pro of new construction is that you get incentives when you buy. Right now, in the market we're in early 2023, we are able to get incentives on buying new homes. Builders are giving thousands of dollars to buy down your rate, to help you fund closing, and all of that good stuff. They're throwing in a refrigerator, a microwave, putting the LVP in that room that has a carpet that you don't want. All of those exciting things. Those are perks that you can actually enjoy with new construction. Now, let's go to the pros of buying a resale, which is basically an existing home. One of the pros of buying a resale and an existing home is that you are able to be in an established community. Your neighbors have been there for a while. There's a way everything usually is. You already know what to expect. There is this sense of stability and comfort in knowing that everything is set. With new construction, typically you're in the middle of a construction site. Most times when you've closed, there's noise, and you don't really know what to expect. You don't know how the neighborhood will be because it's a new neighborhood. Everything is all new. That's one perk with buying an existing home. Another perk of buying an existing home is the fact that you typically will get more house and more land and more value for your money. An existing home will probably have a previous seller that had made upgrades and a lot of added features that weren't originally in the home. And typically, in as much as these are accounted for in the offer price, in the asking price, not all together. Sometimes they may be accounted for, but it's not all accounted for. So a hardwood floor across the house, if you were to pull that in a new construction, it would be way more expensive than you would even pay for in an existing home. So all of those perks, the extra land and lots, those are things that are very tangible for buyers that are considering buying existing homes. With new constructions, we know that the lots are shrinking, and for you to get more lot or considerably larger lots compared to an existing home, you would have to pay more. Like the price point will be completely different. Keep that in mind. Also, with a new construction, you may have to wait longer for your home to be completed. But if buying the home is an immediate and urgent need that you need to do, an existing home may be just the perfect fit for you because you could close immediately. Whereas in a new construction, you have to wait months and months and months. So with an existing home, you get to close immediately. Now let's go to the cons of each. What is a con of buying new construction? One con is the fact that you'll be living in an unestablished community. Like I said before, the community is a construction site. Everything is still in the figuring out process. You're still working out the deeds, figuring out the kinks. Your HOA is probably not very established. Maybe the pool that they promised is still not there yet, still not built, and all of that good stuff. That's one of the cons that I've seen that my clients have expressed. when buying new construction. Another con is the fact that it's typically more expensive. Hear me out. When the builder gives you that sale price for the new construction, it comes with standard features. Now, you're buying a new home, you're thinking, I need that gourmet kitchen. You're going to have to pay for it. And most of the time, new construction communities have a cap on upgrade. Now, I have to say this, every single upgrade you do to a new construction home is added to the price. I've seen some clients at the construction meeting be shocked at the fact that you can't just change the kitchen. No, it has a cost. So all of those upgrades and updates that you make to the home makes it more expensive, whereas you could get all those features in an existing home for way less. So that's something you should put in mind if you are weighing your options. Do you want to spend more money or no? Typically, when you're buying a new construction and you want to make upgrades, the builders will put a cap on how much upgrade you could do. You could add to the sale price without putting cash down. And the reason they do this is because it may not appraise, and then they are stuck with giving you all that upgrade with no money to pay for it. So typically they will ask you, hey, if you go more than 30,000 in upgrade, you will have to pay for it in cash. You have to pay whatever excess it is in cash. That way they are certain that they will get their money's worth for the upgrades they put into the home. Another con to new construction is the wait time. Like I said earlier, you have to wait for a long time to get your home ready. Sometimes you may be lucky to see a new construction spec home that's already built or in the final stages. You can snag that up in like 30 days or less. But typically you have to wait for the process. Even if it's a spec home, you may have to wait, especially if you picked a lot or you came in the early process of the construction. Cons for existing home is that everything is old. Now, I can see that this is also a pro, but it's also a con. So I'll just put it with a con. Most people know that materials and building materials that were used earlier on are more standard than what we see now. The quality has declined, inflation has gone up, it's more expensive. There's a lot of things that have gone into play that some of those materials could be arguably substandard. But also the systems and appliances that are in existing homes may be older. But that doesn't mean it's going to break and cave. Let me tell you a story. My first home I bought, we had new everything, new systems. It wasn't an existing home, but we had it renovated before we bought it. But it was renovated before we bought it, so everything was new. The water heater was brand spanking new, I think about 6 months old before we bought it. But 6 months or barely even 6 months after we moved into the house, it broke. The water heater broke and it ran me about $900 in surprise cost. Thank God it was warranty. I only had to pay about $400 out of pocket. But that was a new water heater that just broke and just gave out and just died on me like that. Whereas in my home now, we have HVAC systems that have been there for a long time, water heaters that have been there for a long time, and they're still running fine. People always say that an old refrigerator or old water heater is going to outlive a new one, and I do agree. So it may not be a con, but it's something to take note of. If something's going to go wrong in a house, there's something we call Murphy's Law. It typically will go wrong. There is no guarantee that because you're living in a new house, you do not get things don't go wrong. It may go wrong. But regardless, if you're buying new construction or an existing home, you do get the option to get a warranty on those systems. Typically with a new construction, the builder will give you a warranty on the system and as much as a 10-year warranty on the structure of the property. Whereas with an existing home, you don't get that. You just get the warranty if you can negotiate for it, or you could just buy it yourself. It's actually cheaper to buy the warranty for like appliances and systems in the home. With an existing home, you do know that the home has been there for a while. It has gone through all the seasons. It's still standing. You do have a certain level of comfort knowing what you're in for. But with new construction, you may not have that option. Now, another pro, the biggest pro that I forgot to mention about new construction is that you do get the builder support after closing. So up until 1 year after closing, especially at 11th to 12-month mark, most builders will come in for another walkthrough. They'll go through your house, they'll blue tape it to check for nail pops, broken walls, chipped paint, whatever defect, whatever has gone through the house, they will typically come back and just fix everything up. That's exciting, especially if you're doing a construction, because you can, for the first 1 year, you can sleep easy knowing that if anything goes wrong, you could quickly give them a call. With an existing home, you cannot call the seller after closing. It's not Amazon. You cannot return the house. You can call them for anything. I mean, you can, but they are not obligated to do anything for you. So you're stuck with it basically as soon as you sign those dotted lines on closing day. So understanding the pros and cons of each helps you weigh your option, because it's going to be different for everybody based on their situations and their desires and what have you. So look at your situation from your point of view based on what you want, your desires, your financial stand, and then decide. And now, if you need an expert to help you shed more light and help you make that nudging decision, I'm here at your service. If you are in the Atlanta metro area, in Georgia, I can help. And if you are anywhere in the United States, I have a team and partner of agents across the globe who are reliable, trustworthy, and are thorough professionals. So I want to encourage you, if you have any real estate questions, feel free to let me know. If you do love this video, give me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell for when I release new videos weekly. From me here, ciao, and have a good one. Bye.